So I'm going to do 23 multiplied by 17. And for my estimation, I'm going to round. So I'm going to round 23 down to 20. And I'm going to round 17 up to 20. So I have 20 times 20. Put my equal sign. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 is 4. And because I have 2 zeros here, I need to multiply by 100. So 4 times 100 equals 400. And that's my estimation. My area model of 23 times 17, I have 2 rods and 3 units, and 1 rod and 7 units. So if I have a rod multiplied by a rod, which represents 10 times 10, I get 100, which is 1 flat. So I have 2 flats. And I'm going to work down this way. And so I have 1 rod multiplied by 1 unit, which is 1 rod. And it is the same on this side as 1 unit, and the same as this rod on this side. So I have 7 rods here. And it's the same here. I have 7 units and 1 rod. So I'm going to place 7 rods here. Now I'm going to come up to here where I have 3 units. And I need to multiply by 1 rod here. So 1 unit and 1 rod gives me 1 rod. That's 3 rods. And now I'm going to move to my units times my units. So for every 1 by 1, I have 1 unit. So 3, I'll have 3 here in the area model. So I'm going to make my way down and do that 6 more times. So to regroup these, I can look at this as 7, 7, and 3. So if I take this group of 3 rods and this group of 7 rods, that is equivalent to 1 flat. So I'm going to trade it out for 1 flat, and I'm going to move these here, give me 3 flats. Now I have 7 rods and 21 units. So I know that I'll have 2 rods here. So I'm going to take this group of 3 times 3, which I know is 9, plus 1 more. That is going to give me 1 rod. And if I have another group of 3 times 3 and 1 more, that gives me 10, which is equivalent to 1 rod. So I'm going to leave this rod here. So now if I look at what my sum is, I have 3 flats, 9 rods, and 1 unit, giving me 391. So for my pictorial representation of 23 times 17, I have 2 rods and 3 units for 23, and 1 rod and 7 units for 17. So I have a rod and another rod, which gives me a flat. And I have 2 of them, so it'd be 2. And I have a unit times a rod, which gives me a rod. So I have this 7 times long here, so I'll need 6 more rods. Okay, and I have a rod here as well, so there'll be 7 more rods. So now I have another row of 7 rods. I'm going to move up here, and I have 3 units and 1 rod. So 1 unit times 1 rod is a rod. And I'll have 3 of them. So now I'm going to move to my units, multiplied by my units, and for every 1 unit by 1 unit is 1 unit. So 1, 2, 3. And I have 6 more on the side here, so I'll have 6 more rows of 3. I need to regroup, and if I have 3 rods here and 7 rods here, that will give me 10 rods. And now I'll need to regroup my ones. There's 21 here, so I know I'll have 10. And I have 3 by 3, which is 9, plus 1 more. This is 10 units. So now I have 11 here, so I can take 1 and 9, which also will have 1 more rod. So now that I've regrouped, I have 3 flats, 9 rods, and 1 unit, which gives me an answer of 391. For 23 times 17, I'm going to do the box method for my symbolic. So I'm going to start with box. I'm going to divide it into 4 quadrants because it's a 2-digit by 2-digit, and I'm going to split the number up or expand it into 20 and 3 at the top, and 10 and 7 along the side. So 20 times 10, I can do 2 times 1 is 2, and add the 2 zeros. And for 10 times 3, that's 30. 20 times 7 is the same as if I do 2 times 7 is 14 and add a 0, giving me 140. And for 7 times 3, that is 21. So on the side, I'm going to add these up, and I'm going to start with the biggest number, which is 200. I'm going to add 140, 30, and 21. So if I start in my ones column, I have 1. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, and 2 plus 1 is 3, giving me 391. For my personal strategy, I'm going to expand this number. I can multiply by my 20 by 10 and 7, and my 3 by 10 and 7 as well. So I'll end up with 20 times 10, which is 200. 20 times 7, which is 140. 3 times 10, which is 30, and 3 times 7, which is 21. So now I'm going to add these. I have 1, 4, plus 3, plus 2 is 9, 2 plus 1 is 3. So my answer is 391, and that's using the distributive property. And revisiting my estimation, I estimated that it would be around 400, and it's 391, so it's pretty close.